Yo, 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 skirt back. What is up, my guy?
Long time no hear.
Long time no hear, and even longer for our listeners.
Yeah.
We got together
Well,
a couple weeks ago, but listeners didn't get that one.
yeah,
Technical
that was
difficulties kept
if
us from posting.
if we ever drop a random roommates OnlyFans, we're gonna fix the corrupt files of that episode, the long lost episode, and we'll put it on there and make all of our money.
Yeah.
Be
OnlyFans.
like
I could be
when
down.
when we have 1 million followers or listeners, we'll just be like, all right, go to our Twitter, subscribe to our OnlyFans for $10. And this is the only thing you're getting on our OnlyFans. It's a one and done type deal. Make it
Yeah,
super exclusive.
the long lost video that we found, and we were able to rehatch
Yeah.
and put it together. This is for
It's
you
like
guys.
it'll be like 9 or 10 years old at that point. People will be like, "Oh, I bet nobody's listened to any of these things." So we haven't got popular yet. So once we
Talking
hit that
about
threshold of our first viral episode or whatever, people are going to
I
listen
heard
from
talking
then
about
on.
pre-World Cup.
Pre-World Cup, dude, we have so much sports to talk about.
So much sports, bro.
That makes me hard.
I don't even think we've talked about the birds first, though.
Yeah, we did.
Or we did on that one. And
Yeah,
then
that
never
was
got posted.
that was. Oh, yeah, you're right. Damn.
That's
So
fine. Never talked
to our
about it.
listeners, if they were just keeping up through us, the Birds are still undefeated to you.
Hell yeah, baby.
Let's go.
He's in here at 10-0. 2 bye weeks.
Maybe we should just not talk about the Birds for the rest of the season, and then people will just Birds went undefeated that season.
But yeah, when somebody goes and looks back, they don't even
Yeah.
know. NFL is not a thing anymore because too many people have committed suicide for CTE. Nobody plays football anymore. God, let me go back and listen to these random roommates episodes from 45 years ago.
Do you think, like, maybe not football specifically, but maybe sports in general, like at a certain point, will just turn into like us watching robots play the sports? Or do you think
Maybe.
it's always going to be a human thing?
I hope it's always a human thing,
Me too.
but you
I
never
mean,
know.
There's that whole World Cup ad from 2014. You remember where Messi and Ronaldo like go to like play soccer on like Mars or something like that, and they play against all like the robots of like the players,
Yeah.
and the whole ad is behind like, oh, you can't like create human intuition. That's why like the human team wins. Like it's not just
I
like
mean-
numbers. Like
I'd like to think that there was a separate league for the robots. I mean,
Yeah,
they
but
still
what
have a
if-
human league.
yeah, but what if the robot league is just like so much more entertaining, and the human league just kind of disappears?
Hey, man, the WNBA exists, doesn't it?
Barely.
All right, well,
Did you see Michael Shea from Saturday Night Live? He was in that interview, and the lady was asking him about WNBA.
mm-mm.
Oh, dude, I'll have to send it to you. It's mad funny, but she's like trying to bait him into saying something about like bad about like women or the WNBA, and he just like keeps it real. He's like the facts. He's like, she goes, "Can you name 5 WNBA players?" And he was like, "Oh, I can't even." He's like, "I can't even name a WNBA team." Something like that. And she goes, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I mean, no, WNBA is boring." He's like, "I don't watch that." And she like started to get offended, and he's like, "There's no dunks. There's like, I watched the NBA." He's like, "It's a whole different game." And she goes, "How does it different?" He goes, "I don't know, but WNBA, if you're listening, like, send me tickets. I want to be interested in learning more about your game." And the girl's like, "The game is basketball." And he's like, "Yeah, but it's different."
Yeah. I mean, that's how, like, most female athletes, that's how they look at the men's and the women's versions of their sports. Like, Serena Williams, I'm sure we've talked about this before, is the greatest female athlete probably of all time, right? Like,
Yeah, I would agree.
greatest female tennis player of all time, easy. It's not even fucking close. And she was like, somebody wanted to play here. One of the men, like, not like one of the top guys, but like, somebody who was like top 10 in the world at one point. And she was like, dude, no. First of all, you're gonna fucking embarrass me. She was like, it's 2 different sports. The game, like, it's not the same game. You play it like 2 different ways. Well, like, I don't know tennis that well, but that's what she was saying. She was like, dude, it's not even the same sport. Like, I would get fucking my shit rocked.
And dude, if like someone of that caliber is saying that, like, they're strictly speaking from experience too. Like, they know what it's like to compete at the top of their level. Like,
Exactly. And then you got
So-
Brittany Griner a few years back at USA camp talking about how she would beat DeMarcus Cousins one-on-one.
yeah, no.
Yeah. And Gino Ariema was like, Brittany, you're a great player. I love you and all, but I'm going to take a mortgage out on my house and put it all on DeMarcus.
And hit very easily.
Yeah. And I'm going to have a little bit more money, but not like a lot more money because all the odds are on DeMarcus Cousins.
Heavily
He's like
favored on you.
minus 1,000.
Yeah. I'm betting
Ridiculous.
200,000 to win
$1.
$1, yeah. But and dude, like, it's not that it's like a sexist thing either. It's just entertainment wise. Like the NBA is just more entertaining than WNBA. The way the game is played is just more entertaining. It's not like, oh, we don't want to watch you because you're women. It's just it's not fun to watch. I don't know.
I think basketball is probably like the biggest discrepancy like that, where like the game is so vastly different, like because the women can't do as much as the men can do. But I mean that's how every sport is, men's versus women.
Yeah, I mean I'd say soccer's up there too. Watching women's soccer is tough for me.
It is tough, but it's kind of the same thing. It's just like you're watching a lower tier, right? It's like you're watching just like a bad men's team,
right?
But when you're watching WNBA, it's literally so different than the NBA because nobody's dunking.
I mean, the game is played different, dude. Yeah, like nobody's dunking, so like you're gonna play defense differently, like just as a team.
I feel like coaching is way more important because it's not as fast paced.
Right.
So it's a lot more
less,
like
it's like less street ball type of football.
It's a lot more like college basketball.
Yeah,
like a lot more like team oriented. I mean, surely there's some studs that will be popping off and like leading their teams to championships. You're going to have that, but it's more, it's less like ad hoc, right? The NBA is like people are getting out in transition, and you're not necessarily always setting up an offense, and you almost never have time to like set up a defense. I feel like.
Yeah, and I feel like NBA just has more like obviously more players, but more like tiers skill wise in their league. So it's like you got the superstars, the great all stars, you know, the good role players, stuff like that. And WNBA, like they have like a few of their superstars, and then everybody else is just kind of the same.
Yeah,
like skill wise.
The women's team of the like the U.S. women's national team, the soccer team. Guess how much money they got yesterday?
For what?
For the men's team advancing out of the group stage.
They got money for that?
Guess how much?
Give me a range. Is it like millions?
No. Less than $1 million.
I'm gonna say $250,000, $250,000.
A little bit more than that. $380,000.
Why?
That's their new CBA, the new bargaining agreement.
Oh, that's what that does?
Yeah, equal pay and shit. So now when the men do well, the women get paid. The women got paid $380,000 for the men making out of the group stage, more than 3 times more than they got paid to win the World Cup in 2019.
Wow. That's insane.
That is insane. And it's like, bro, you're literally making so much more money off of the men having a good year at the World Cup.
I mean, how much did the men get for making out of the group
I would
stage?
hope more than that.
Dude, I mean, I like that idea, but also it's kind of just like free money. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't really.
Yeah, the women literally didn't do anything.
It's just because you're part of like the association.
Yeah,
you just get that money.
Like, I mean, they did something. You have to be good enough to be on the women's national team.
Right.
You didn't play. You didn't train those guys. I know you guys weren't scrimmaging because that would just be a waste of fucking time, right? Like, you didn't do anything to help them achieve what they achieved, and you're getting paid for it.
And they got 3 times what they got for winning their own World Cup. That's insane.
Which means it's not a U.S. problem. It was never a U.S. problem.
Yeah,
it's a World Cup problem, right? It's a marketing of your sport problem. It's, you know, the fact that the USA versus England game was the most watched soccer game in American history.
Was it really?
I believe so.
That's crazy, dude. I would have thought it would have been like our game against Belgium in 2014 or something like that.
No, I'm pretty sure this was the most watched game of all time.
I mean, it makes sense because the fan bases are, you know, English and American, but
wow, I just think soccer is like getting bigger in the States now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that was bound to happen. It's slowly been on the incline for 15 years now.
Yeah, and it's gonna get even bigger because Messi's coming to Inter Miami.
I saw that, dude. That's is that like confirmed or is that just like one of those big rumors that
Big
circulates?
rumors in the works, but
Okay.
apparently David Beckham, because Beckham owns Inter Miami.
Yeah.
Apparently he went to PSG last year and was talking to Messi about coming. So I don't know if it'll be like this winter transfer window. I hope not. I hope he stays at PSG. He's actually been having a solid season for them.
Yeah, I heard he was going to finish out the season.
I think he
at
should.
PSG.
And then, summer comes around, you go to fucking Miami.
Yeah, I
Then
mean, dude, he's got to have his last run at a Champions League or something before he does that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think
Yeah.
he would be just see ya in the middle of the season.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either. And then on the other hand, you got Ronaldo's about to go to
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia League for 200 million euro a year.
Yeah, I don't believe that for a second.
No?
No, not even a single second. I don't think Ronaldo's in it for money like that, dude. I think he wants to compete at a high level still. I think he was more upset with his whole Man U situation where he was getting benched and left out of the squad and stuff. And dude, he scored 17 goals for them last year. The man is not washed up. Look at he's not having the greatest World Cup, but he's like a big part of that team right now. People are just like shitting on him because he's been in the media for, the whole Man United situation lately.
I saw this graphic today, and it was Casemiro, Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes, and Ronaldo all holding Man of the Match trophies from this World Cup. And it was like, man, could you imagine how good the club team would be if these guys all played on the same club team? They'd be unstoppable.
Dude, I mean, that just proves that it's a Manchester United issue. It's not, and it has been since Sir Alex Ferguson left, dude.
Dude, they have been in shambles since Sir Alex Ferguson, stopped managing them.
Do you think he saw like something coming and was just like, I'm going to get out of here while I can? Or do you think he was truly just like, all right, I've done everything I can?
I think it was he had kind of done everything that he wanted to do. And at the same time, I feel like he left when they were just about to start declining, right? Or like he was kind of like, all right, like, I don't feel like training and like getting a new group of young players and like having to, mold them into what I want them to be. He was like, I've had Henry and Rooney and Ronaldo and we've been great. Nani, right? Like I've had all these great players and I've had success and somebody else can kind of carry that on their shoulders now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, he was old as fuck too. He was ready for retirement. If I was him, I would have been ready for retirement.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And also, like, Man U it's not like they've had bad coaches since he left. You know what I mean? Like they've had some of the top coaches ever. Jose Mourinho.
I'm Jose Mourinho.
What was the guy that first took over after Sir Alex? What was his name? He was a clown, dude. He was such a clown.
They've had some clowns since then too. This fucking Ten Hag Bull is a clown.
Yeah, little change of pace, but I was looking at some of my old Real Madrid tweets the other day, and I had a tweet in 2016 or 2017, and it was like, really hope Carlo Ancelotti somehow finds his way back to being the manager of this Real Madrid squad, because I was just like, I really liked his play style and the way he like molds players. And he did, and it's been like the perfect outcome for like me as a Real Madrid fan wise.
So Alex Ferguson, he was the manager from 1986 to 2013.
Jesus.
Yeah. Let's see. So what did he had? He had 1,500 games, right? His record was 895 wins, 338 draws, 267 losses. 13 Premier League titles, 5 FA Cups, 4 League Cups, 10 Community Shields, 2 UEFA Champions League, European Cup winners, European Super Cup, Intercontinental Cup, and a FIFA Club World Cup. He literally won every single trophy.
Huge. That trophy case is the size of a closet.
Dude, he won every single trophy, Champions League twice, Premier League 13 fucking times, like, stud. He left, and they got David Moyes.
That's who it was, David Moyes, dude. Oh my god, he was a clown.
And then after David Moyes, they had Ryan Giggs.
Yeah, he was like their
For
interim, right?
yeah, they David Moyes actually didn't even finish that season. He was the
No.
manager from July 2013 to April 2014, and then Ryan Giggs finished that season from 2014 from April to May 2014. And then they brought in Louis Van Gaal for 2 years, and then Mourinho for 2 years, 2.5, and then old Gunner for like heading
Whole
for
gunner.
3 years. Michael Carrick was there for a month. Not even. He was there for like 2 weeks. Doesn't even count. And then they had Ralph Ragnick finish out the season, and now they got Ten Hag.
Damn, dude. They've been through like how many people is that? 8?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7?
7,
Jeez.
but one of them was only there for like 2 weeks. So doesn't count. I'm 6.
Yeah. That's wild. That's wild to think about. I feel like soccer, like coaching jobs, are the fastest. Like they move around the most. You know what I mean? Or like they don't tenure as long.
Unless you're Sir Alex Ferguson at Man United.
Well, yeah, the one exception. But like, think about like Pep, dude. Like he's arguably the greatest coach of all time, and
he's
look at
bounced
all
around
the
a lot.
Yeah, man, that's wild.
Eric Ten Hag actually has the highest win percentage
Out of everyone since Ferguson,
since ever.
really?
Yeah. So Sir Alex Ferguson is 59.67 win
I mean,
percentage.
he's also got a crazy amount more games played too.
Oh yeah, he's got the most games managed. Yeah, he's got the most games managed and the most games won and the best percentage. But Ten Hag, he's got 66%. Michael Carrick, who was there for 2 weeks, also 66% in 3 matches. 2 games,
All right.
1 draw, no losses. This dude went
Undefeated.
undefeated, and you gave him the sack. Sheesh.
You gave him your sack.
Yeah, you heard me.
Wow.
World Cup's been fun.
World Cup has been fun, dude. I've been slightly surprised with my enjoyment of this World Cup.
It's been good. I mean, the U.S. drawing with Wales was a little bit painful.
Yeah.
Gareth Bale just loves to fucking hurt me
Yep.
after the fucking MLS Cup final,
Yep.
and then the U.S. game loves to hurt me. But hey, good game against England. Got the 0-0 draw. Huge. And then barely squeaked it out against Iran.
Dude, I was shitting bricks at the end of the game yesterday.
Yeah. I had some money on US. So FanDuel was doing they were doing these things. It was like get your money back, like risk-free bets, right? Like get your bet back in free bets if the US lose or draw. If you put it on the money line. So I did it for both the England game and the Iran game. And then I also had a parlay. It was like the U.S. money line, Iran under 1.5 goals, Tim Weah 1 or more shots on goal, and Pulisic 1 or more shots on goal. And I'm like, all right, so if these hit, that's wonderful. But then like late in the game when it's 1-0 and it was like the 91st or 92nd minute, I was like, I think I want to put money on a draw just to hedge. And it was like plus 1,200 on DraftKings, the draw was. So I was like, all right, I'm going to throw $4 on that. I would win 48. That would cover my other bets. And I'd be good. But yeah, I didn't have faith in the U.S. pulling it out. So I was like, let me just hedge myself here.
Dude, yeah, so yesterday after like probably 80 minutes, 75 minutes, 80 minutes, I was like, all right, like we don't look the same team at all. Like we're fully parked. The bus has been parked for fucking 5 minutes now. Like we can't even possess. Even when we had like the 1 or 2 chances to score and put it away, we just completely fucked ourselves. Like,
And like didn't
dude,
you learn your lesson against Wales defending and parking the bus?
bro, it's like if we just play, I know it's like tired legs but you get 5 substitutions now in this World Cup, and
Yeah.
it's like, dude, look how well we played the first half. Look how we looked like a soccer team that knew what we were doing. And it's like, why did we have to change the way we played because of the time of game? Like, it's not like they were breaking us down in the first half and like our defense was getting beaten or anything like that. But
Nah.
when you just park in front of the goal like that and you're just letting them
You're
like
just
ram it down
inviting
your
pressure.
throat, Right, dude.
And when you invite pressure, you're way more susceptible to be letting one up.
Right. I will say though, what's his name? That center back, fuck.
Tim Ream?
No, the other one.
Zimmerman.
Dude, he had some serious clutch like clearances the last 10 minutes of that game, bro. There was like a string of like 4 in a row. Like, it was like 50-50 balls. He would clear it out, and it would come right back to him. And he just like won 3 headers over the same guy. And then on the last one, he got beat. But I was like, God damn, dude. Like, my man's fucking Iron Man out there, center back.
Yeah. So they got to play Netherlands. And they're like a real team. Like, the U.S. are not a real team. We got a couple of, like, okay guys, right? We've got, like, Pulisic and McKennie, but, like, after that, it's, like, you got some guys who are barely starting on not great teams.
Yeah. I was happy with how Aronson looked yesterday when he subbed on.
Me too. I thought he looked good.
I think
his work rate is really high.
That's the thing. I think it's the starting 11 we have is good, but it could be better with some of the guys we have on the bench. Like, I think if Aronson comes into a starting position, and haven't seen Gio Reyna like at all, dude. What's good with that? Is he hurt, or is he just not getting play time?
I don't know. I like Tim Weah though. I think he's really good.
I do too. I think he's good. We have a foundation. Our foundation is solid.
I'll say that the U.S. do well is I love the way the outside backs get forward. I think Anthony Robinson does a great job getting forward and like getting balls in, and his overlapping runs. I think they're really good. I think Serginho Dest is like not bad. I think he's got some work to do, but they both I think do like a very solid job of like getting forward and helping the attack.
I agree, dude. I think it comes down to, and we've been saying this since we fucking started this podcast about the United States men's team. It just comes down to like fundamentals, like soccer fundamentals, dude. Like we have the skill, but like when we're in pressure, our first touch is atrocious.
Yeah, dude. Our first touch is always bad, and we're not good at passing.
Not good at passing. First touch is the biggest one for me, dude. It's like you can clearly see when you watch the U.S. play like high European ranked teams, or not even high, just like a solid squad. Their first touch is always like miles worse than the other teams.
Yeah, dude. And like when it takes you 2 touches to control a ball that's coming to you, that's bad at the professional level. If it takes me 2 touches, that's different. I'm just a knucklehead. I don't play for the men's national team. If you play for the men's national team, you should be able to control most balls in 1 touch.
Dude, and it's not even that, like, when we have an open pass, it's not like our first touch off of that or like controlling is bad. It's when there's like the slightest bit of pressure, it's like we just look like we're running around with chickens without legs, dude. And that annoys me. And we've definitely like succumb to just like being, I don't know if it's the way we were just parking the bus or what, but like I hate when we could have had a possession and we would just dump the ball forward and then let them reset. And I'm like, bro, build up a little, like, take a few passes and try and build something out of this. Don't just kick the ball up the field.
There's got to be more fucking talent in America, bro.
It has to be, bro. There has to be.
I'm pretty sure I play with kids that are better than some of the motherfuckers on the U.S. men's team.
I have definitely played with a few kids that have, been better than some of the young guys I see coming off the bench and stuff on that team because it's like, dude, we have so many people in this country and like with
a lot of them play soccer.
A lot of them play soccer.
You got to get invited to camp, and who do you know? You know what I mean, dude? It's all politics and the bullshit, and it's kind of elitist, and
it's elitist when we'd have no reason to be elitist, bro. Like we're not.
And
good.
Here's the thing, dude. People like the soccer players that are good. They don't feel like they don't want to chase that dream. You know what I mean? Like Wiggs said this. I thought it was a really good point. He was like, a lot of the good soccer players will go play D1 and then they'll just graduate and get like a regular fucking job, right? They're not chasing that dream because it's easier to just get a job. And because they don't need to, bro. Like most of the people that are like at that level, it's so fucked up because like I did my fair share of traveling to try out for teams. And when I tried out for PDA, who's like one of the better clubs in Jersey, they were like, yeah, if you want to play with us, like you're good enough to make the team and play with us, but it's going to be like $2,200 a year.
Yeah.
At that, like starting. And then if you just want to train with us, it's $1,100 a year. And then, when I was there at their practice, coach was like, all right, like we got this fundraising thing, so everybody has to raise at least $500, and I'm like, I don't know enough people that would be willing to donate 500 like money to get $500, so that would just be more money that like my parents would have to shell out.
Right.
And on top of that, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away each way. So I was like, yeah, thanks, but no thanks, coach. So I played for Twin County Titans, who was just like a regular fucking club team. It was just like this team a few towns over. But I mean, we were ranked like top 5 in the state, like always. And we always beat PDA when we played them. And I loved it.
Dude, you know what's crazy about that is the only reason I didn't play club ball growing up was because my local club team was like $2,000 a year to play. And I was like, can't, like, I don't have that money and my parents don't have that money, but like want to play more than just school soccer because like I can't play like a rec league anymore. I'm too old.
Even though, so here's the thing with Twin County is like, it wasn't an academy, right? Like not an academy, but it was like a bigger like association, right? Like there was teams at a lot of different age groups, like that were all like within the Twin County teams. But all we paid for was like, practice field times because we had like a turf field that we practice on, and we had to pay like couple hundred, like $100 plus a hotel for this tournament. You know what I mean? Like $200 for this league for the season. It wasn't like anything outrageous where you're shelling out like multiple grand at a time.
Right, dude. And we like the fact that I didn't even have that option was probably a big reason as to like a lot of people not having that option because of the way like the soccer system in America is just set up for like rich people.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, like I had the teams in my town, right? Like there was the team that was like that I grew up playing on, and I actually, that was when I went back to soccer, I went back to them, but I didn't really enjoy it. It was just like, they had a bunch of kids from Trenton, a bunch of like Hispanic kids who were pretty good, and coach like begged me to come play because he needed players, and once he got more Hispanic kids from Trenton, I stopped playing, and I was like, well, this isn't enjoyable.
Right.
And then I played on the team that was like a year ahead of me for like a couple years, but I was like, dude, I'm just like, I'm not getting any better, and nobody here is taking it as serious as I want to take it, so I need to go find something better. I need to go find like a coach and a group of players who are all going to take this more serious.
Yeah. I mean, that's a smart thing to do, dude, because a lot of like the soccer in America at that age is just like what it is. It's just rec soccer. Yeah. It's hard to find those like leagues and the clubs that actually, you can go and you'll have like a set training schedule and everybody's there for the same reason. It's not just like, oh, your parents made you do this. Like everyone wants to be there.
Honestly, it was great. Like when I went there, I was probably one of the worst ones on the team, and like that's what made me a better soccer player, right? Like playing with people that were better than me, always busting my buns, and just playing a lot of soccer, right? Like practicing 2-3 times a week, games on weekends, and it was great. We would fucking in the winters, we would rent out this fucking little cafeteria and just go and like have futsal practices in this cafeteria in a random elementary school.
Dude, yeah, we did that. Like, oh my god, the inside like gym sessions and like cafeteria sessions.
Our
like that
high school indoor sessions were always so fun. Like if it was raining real bad and we couldn't practice, we would just like have an indoor session, and like there wasn't basketball or anything, so we get the whole gym to ourselves, and we just basically
play futsal.
Yeah, we would just split up into like teams of 4 or 5 and just like round robin indoor soccer matches the entire time. It was great.
My favorite drills at soccer practice, dude, growing up were the ones where it was like 5 mini fields of 3v3 and it was just round robin.
Yeah.
We just do that for like half the practice. That was always so fun.
We had this one drill, coach called it transition, and you'd have like...
Is that the 3 zones one?
Nah.
That one was fun too.
We would put 2 goals like 20-25 yards apart from each other, right? And then you'd put like 3 teams of 4 at each goal, right? So let's say like my team starts and then another team of 3 starts, or let's say teams of 4, right? So 2 teams of 4. And if my team scores, then we turn around and get a ball from our goalie. And he gives us the ball, and then we go and we try to score again. But when you get scored on, you go off, and the next team from your goal comes on.
They have to come on while you're doing that?
While you... So let's say like... So we score, we turn around, but as we're turning around to receive a ball from our goalie, like the other team is like swapping out and getting a new set of guys on. You just stay on as long as you can.
Right. Yeah,
Dude, it
we
was
did
just
that
so much
shit. It
fun.
was so
It's
fun.
like it's so fast paced. There's so many shots on goal. Like, and it was just a good time.
Yeah,
That was my favorite drill.
Those transition drills and like the mini scrimmages were always the best.
Yeah,
Like we'd always do our fitness stuff, and then when we'd break out into like drills, we'd always do like 10 minutes of possession and then hop right into that. It was the fucking dude. Soccer practice was the shit. I miss that more than even just playing in the games.
I would rather practice, I think, than playing a game.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna hurt myself in practice. Most likely,
Not gonna hurt
but in a game, I
myself,
might.
right? Like, not gonna be like gassed. If I'm fucking dying, I can sit down and take a break, get some water, do some stretching, right? Like, can't really do that in the middle of a game.
Yeah, but dude, like you were saying,
And
when
you don't feel as bad when you fuck up in practice.
Yeah. When you fuck up in a game, it's like, okay, well, that was like one of my 5 opportunities. In practice, you're gonna have 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if you mess up. Like, you're not costing your team a
Right.
goal or a possession.
Right. But like you were saying about playing with kids that were better than you, and they just made you better. That was my exact experience. Like before I came to Coastal, but I lived down in South Carolina. I was like, I want to stay in shape and I want to like keep playing soccer so that I do have the option to play like when I do start college. So I signed up for like the Myrtle Beach Mutiny Academy stuff.
Yeah.
And dude, it would just be like training twice a week, and then on the weekends we would have a game, and it was just like it was pretty much just the Myrtle Beach Mutiny reserve team. You would just play like the other team's reserve team for 90 minutes.
That's pretty dope.
But it was, dude, the kids I played with were sick. Like a lot of them were people who were coming in to either try out for Coastal's D1 team or like that were already on it.
And yeah.
I was straight out of high school, so I was still like, I was only like 18, but I got there, dude, and these kids were it was awesome to watch, dude. Like I knew my place, but it was making me better because I was like competing with them, and just like the level of soccer that I came from was so bad. I was like, I played soccer from 9th grade to senior in high school. Like I didn't play in middle school, and I played when I was like 5. That was it before that. And I think I've told you this before, but my first tryout, I played in baseball cleats because I didn't know the difference, and I was immediately like starting on the team. Like people were like mad at it. They're like, this kid has baseball cleats, and I'm not even playing. I'm like, our school's just so bad at soccer, but it was cool to like come up. It was cool to come up from being like one of the best players on your team to just like seeing like how real soccer's played. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like seeing these kids just flying by and their touch is nice, and it was sick.
Dude, I loved playing. I think it was my sophomore year, my first year at Coastal. That spring, we played so much pickup with dudes from the men's team, right? Because it was like me and T Hall, Gian, Jay White, but then T Hall and Gian were boys at Safe because he was on the club team, but then he was on the men's team. So it would be like Safe, and he would bring a handful of the boys from the men's team, and like honestly, we would just like set some cones up on that field, like out behind the track by like where that practice football field is. Yeah. Set some cones up and just play like small side with like pug goals. And that shit was so intense. It was so much fun.
Dude, I remember the first time I played with Safe, like, and I think it was like that. Except we were on the track field, and he had the ball, and I went to like swipe it from him, and he just did this thing where he just like pressed down on the ball really hard, and it made it so like it was just like he just like had the ball in his possession and just like pressed down like his top of his foot down on the ball and like squished the ball down, and I was like, to even think to do that, dude, like I wouldn't even like if I had the ball and I was trying to like, you know, hold on to it, I would not think to just step on it real hard and make it tight, like make the defender's foot just bounce off of it. And he did that to me, and I was like, that's crazy IQ, dude. That was nuts.
I loved watching Safe when he would get into games at Coastal because he was just like Tecker City, dude.
Tecker City, dude, just flying by people.
Yeah. Him and Mikey Pep. I always loved watching Pep. He was an outside back, but we had class together. He was nice. And he started most games too, so I love going to watch him. He would shit on kids, and then I'd like bust his chops in class. Yeah,
dude, the Coastal soccer games were low key like some of the best like sports to go watch at Coastal. Like they weren't always like the biggest and popping, but it was like obviously Coastal, the soccer team is one of our best sports teams, but like the level of competitiveness and like the fans that were there and how heavily they got into it was always fun.
I'd say probably soccer and baseball were my favorites to watch.
For sure.
And I mean, they're two of our better programs, right? But like the women's volleyball team is really nice, and I think the softball team is solid too.
Yeah, it's nice to see how far our football team's come since like Us
Oh
being
my
freshmen
god,
at Coastal.
I know. It's nice to see from like your sophomore year, my junior year, because that was our first year in the Sun Belt,
Right.
right? And before that, we were D1 AA, and we shitted on everybody. And
Everybody
then
we
our first
played.
year in the Sun Belt, we kind of got our shit rocked. Like,
Yep.
and now to see us kind of be, one of the top dogs in that division, it's nice.
Yeah, and it's not even just like 1 year. Like we've had a few years back to back to back now where we've been kind of like the top dog, and
Yep.
it's like, as a fan, you're almost like, all right, like when are we going to come back down to earth? But like the fact that we haven't yet is like, it's been awesome. Like we're going to be 10 years from now, dude. I think Coastal's going to be like in the discussion of like a top 10 team in college football.
I mean, they were on the fucking brink of being top 10 2 years ago when we played BYU.
Yeah, that's true.
They were like ranked like up to like 14
Like,
or 12 or
yeah.
13, something like that. Like we almost cracked top 10. They were ranked 23rd this year, but then they got fucking smoked by James Madison.
Dude, my entire work team, except for like one person, graduated from JMU. So I texted Daniel, who's like my team lead, and this girl Lauren, who like started at the same time as I did. I just texted them in a group. I was like, Coastal's about to smack some JMU ass today, and we were in the car like coming back from Thanksgiving when I said that, and I was like deathly sick, so I was like not even watching the game, but I would just fall asleep and then wake up, and then I check my phone like an hour and a half later, and Daniel just goes, "Dude, we covered the spread twice against you guys," and I was like, Jesus Christ!
Dude,
I looked at the
spread
score; it was
like
like
16.
I know. I looked at the score and it was like 41 to 7.
7 was
47
the
to 7. Yeah, I was like, Jesus, dude.
disgusting.
And then I texted back. I was like, no Grayson McCall, and we're resting up for our important game next week.
Oh, Grayson didn't play?
No,
Interesting. I didn't know that.
he's hurt. I think he hasn't played in the last 2 games.
I mean, they were still ranked 23rd in the nation going into that game against JMU.
Yeah,
Probably not
that's what
anymore.
it is. No, definitely not after losing to JMU. JMU's wasn't bad though. I think they were like 7-3 on the year, so it's not like they were a scrub team.
No, I mean, that ain't too shabby. You can get by with that. Phil's going to sign Trey Turner.
You think?
Yeah, they're the front runner.
Are
Trey
they?
Turner wants to go there.
Dude, that's scary, bro.
That's a big signing. I mean,
that's a big signing.
I would really like to get a better outfield, but I'll take Trey Turner. I really want a stud center fielder.
Yeah, you need like a Starling Marte type of center fielder. Get him, Castellanos and Harper, and like, I mean, Castellanos isn't a very good outfielder.
Well, Harper's
but, like,
getting surgery, so he might not even. He might just stay DHing.
For the rest of his career.
Maybe.
Nah, I think he's not even 30 yet.
And then we'll go Schwarb Poppy and Starling Marte and Castellanos.
Schwarb Poppy's I love Schwarb Poppy, dude, but like you can't
hate him in the outfield.
Yeah, you can't count on him out there, bro.
No, dude.
He was playing first base for the Red Sox like 2 years ago, bro. You can't put him in the outfield now. I mean, you can plug and play him there, but
like, does he have wheels? I don't know, but he looks slow in the outfield, bro. He's got fucking cinder blocks on his feet and a big fat turd in his pants. That boy's diaper is full when he was trying to fucking shag fly balls.
Well, hey, it might be different now with no ships, so you're definitely going to need to. I mean that in a way where they might not even use Schwarber in the outfield anymore because he's going to have to cover more ground. So, Trey Turner though, dude, as like that, if you lock him up, like you guys have a nice squad. It's no longer like a fringe playoff Phillies team, especially after the World Series run.
Especially if Wilson Contreras goes to Houston. I heard they're eyeing him up.
Do you see who they just signed?
Who?
Houston. Jose Abreu. From the White Sox. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scary.
That is scary. The rich get richer.
The rich get richer, dude. And it's just like, how long can this fucking last? How long are the Astros going to continue to just like be good and annoying?
I saw the Yankees might offer $300 million or more for Judge.
I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
He's not even going to look at an offer for less than $300.
I wouldn't.
$300 maybe.
If they said, Kenny, we'd like to sign you to the New York Yankees on a 1-year, $299 million contract. It's like, that's not even a 3, brother. I don't see 3 in there.
That's not even a 3, dude. For 1 year, make it 6 months. I'll reconsider halfway through the year.
Yeah. Make it 6 months and we can renegotiate.
Sign me for the off season. Pay me $200 million to say I'm a Yankee for the off season, and then I'll consider playing for the year.
Yeah, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to show up to training camp, spring training.
Winter meetings are next week.
Next week.
That's when
I don't know what they do there.
They meet in the winter.
Yeah, that's kind of all I got out of it.
They all gather up in a room and be like, "What's up, guys? It's been a month. What are we doing now?" No, winter meetings are actually super exciting for like free agent signings and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, that's like
it's not the owners' meeting.
I mean, it is, but like, I'm pretty sure anyone can go. Like, I don't think players go, but like the media goes, the owners go, coaches go. Like, they're just winter meetings of like, all right, what's our game plan for the year? Who do we want to get a deal done with now? It's pretty much like looked at as the start of like the real hot stove for the off season.
Interesting.
Like that's when the Yankees signed Garrett Cole. They announced like they were at winter meetings, and then like all over Twitter at like midnight, all these baseball analysts were like, "There's some talk stirring about Garrett Cole, like 9 years, $300 million or something, $350 million or something like that," and then he ended up signing like later that night. Baseball Twitter just went nuts.
And you still ain't won shit.
No, we still have not won shit. So, and it's interesting to me because Brian Cashman still hasn't been re-signed as our GM. So I'm almost waiting to see if Hal is like, if we don't get Judge, you're done. But I doubt that's going to happen.
You never know. What else do we got that we want to talk about?
You want to talk a little Rick?
We talk some Rick.
Let's talk some Rick. It's been a minute.
New Smick and Smarty. I feel like all the episodes in this season have been really good.
Yeah. I will say, I'm hoping that we do get one, like, classic, like, random Rick and Morty type of adventure. You know what I mean? Like, you know the episode where they get their toxins, like, taken out of them?
Yeah.
They go into that. I want an episode like that where it's just Rick, just Morty, like, throwback, like, classic stuff. None of this, like, oh, Beth is here and Jerry's, like, part of this. Which, don't get me wrong, I love. Like, I agree with you. I think all the episodes this season have been really good. But I'm just fiending for, like, a classic Rick and Morty style adventure. It's
funny you say that because it was, like, the end of one of them recently.
It was with, what's his name? Previously on.
Yeah.
He was, like, previously on, or, like, go back to season 1 adventures. And Rick was like, what the fuck does that even mean? I'm so sick of that shit.
Yeah. No, but they were good. So you had the previously on one was hard to follow at first.
Yeah.
But then I got the hang of it.
Yeah. When they did the whole like intro thing where they were flying through the intro credits or intro scenes and the melting butter Morty was going down and Rick was just like, best episode. So I'm like hoping we get that one. Like
the explanation of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like some of the things in their intro like video is things from other episodes, and some of it is just totally random.
That's what it is. That's like I think it was Justin Roiland 2 years ago came out and was like, yeah, like the intro to Rick and Morty, like for every season, like some of the clips that you see in that intro are from episodes of the season that you're watching, and then some are just like ones that we scrapped.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I think it's because then it keeps you guessing all season. You're like, oh, are we going to get... Like, remember when you and I watched the first episode together, and I was like, the intro came on, I was like, was that Melting Butter Morty? And you're just like, yeah. I was like, ever since then, I've been thinking, I was like, I wonder if we're going to get the Melting Butter Morty episode. And then Rick came out and said that, and I was like, oh, they're hinting
maybe she's coming. But then the most recent one was really good, too.
Wait, what was your favorite part of the first one, the meta one? I like the whole Jesus bit where they had him like that was so funny too.
I like the Jesus part. I don't know.
Story Lord, R.I.P. Story Lord.
Yeah, that dude's beat.
He is beat. That episode was really hard to follow, but because it was like all over the place, but it was like a lot of hidden gems in there.
Yeah.
I like the second one, the newest episode more though.
Yeah, me too. The newest one is actually, I think, is really good.
Yeah.
And it's funny the way the whole thing works with him like going to Dr. Wong and shit like that.
Going to therapy.
Yeah.
That part where he has the little like alien next to him, and she was like, "Is that man alive?" And he goes, "Is everything in here confidential?" And she goes, "Everything but murder." And he goes, "Then he's fine." Bro, that shit made me cry, bro. I was laughing so hard.
I love how like Morty, Summer, and Beth are all like about what the virtue is, right? Like at first they're like, oh, like Rick did all this like for Jerry to boost his confidence, and like the Pissmaster was never real. Like that's like so noble, blah blah blah. And then they like found out the truth, and they were like, "Oh, Rick, like that's fucked up, blah blah blah." And then when so Pissmaster kills himself, and he has the letter, and Rick like can't keep it to himself, so he tells Morty. Morty tells the whole family, and then they're like, "You're not supposed to fucking tell anybody that. You're supposed to bury that deep down inside and never let anybody know that." Well,
Yeah.
like we are such a piece of shit.
Yeah, and Summer was just like, "That would have been the cool thing to do, Rick."
Yeah.
Dude, but yeah, that was the whole fight scene with Jerry and Pissmaster and how it just like kept going, dude, was so funny.
It kept going, and it was just like the weakest characters
fight,
that have ever been created in Rick and Morty.
Yeah, and Jerry's like screaming at Pissmaster. He's like, apologize to my daughter for what she said. And Pissmaster's just like, for what? He's like crying while getting his ass beat.
I kind of like the Orb people too.
The Orb people were cool, and the whole premise of like Jerry being like Rick for an episode essentially.
Yeah,
he had all this power and stuff, and then it like when Pissmaster or Rick was like turning his image around, and people started to like Pissmaster, and then Jerry was all salty that they wanted to give Pissmaster an orb.
Yep.
Yeah, dude, that was such a good episode.
When do we get the next one?
Sunday. There's only 2 more.
Damn.
I know, the season flew by, dude.
Melting Butter Morty. Come out wherever you are.
I have a feeling we'll get the next season by like May of next year.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I think they're like in that like kind of consistent schedule now where they have like enough of it done where they can just keep releasing it like quicker, with quicker turnaround times.
I like watching them on Sling because like you always get the behind the scenes like breakdown afterwards, and I think those are really interesting.
Yeah, you get like an inside look on like the writer's room and how they like came up with the episode idea. It's
and how cool. Like their ideas evolved and how they like thought about the characters and stuff. And it definitely like makes you appreciate it more once you see it's not just like random bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, not too shabby, dude. Pretty good show.
Dude, and I'll continue to say it until the day I die or until Rick and Morty actually is not good anymore, but they're the most consistently good TV show, bro. Like every episode you're getting like quality like content that makes you think about it, and it's not just like empty like viewing, you know what I mean? Like you can go back and watch it,
like
and
Tom and Jerry.
Right.
I love me some Tom and Jerry, don't get me wrong.
Love me some Tom and Jerry, but dude, there's just nothing better about like what like I'm excited about like looking up Rick and Morty episodes after I watch them and like digging deeper into them because I like there's just so much more. It's so many different layers to it. Whereas you know Family Guy or Tom and Jerry is just you watch it once, you're like that was good, and then you don't really think about it again. Yeah,
that's true. I like the Santa Clauses.
I know. I was telling Maggie about those. I think we're gonna start them soon.
You should. They're good. Me and Lex watched the first 3 episodes. We watched the first 2, and then she was like, "Oh, like let's watch another one." Blah blah blah. Like before Monday Night Football. So we watched one, and I was like, I would watch another one, but it hasn't come out yet. So
I physically can't.
The 4th one comes out today. I don't know, like if it already came out, if it comes out at like a certain time, or what the deal is. But they come out. New ones come out every Wednesday.
How many are there?
I have no idea.
It's on. You said it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's probably like 8 or 10. Then that's usually like the standard of their TV shows.
Yeah, I'm thinking like maybe it'll stop like right before Christmas, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so that
So
people
like if
can
that
watch
were
the
the
full season
case,
for
we got one
Christmas.
today was 4, 5, 6, 7.
So there's 7
4,
out now.
5, 6, 7. No. There's 4 out as of today, but then there's 1, 2. There's 3 more Wednesdays before Christmas. Something like maybe we'll get 3 more after today for 7 total, or maybe they'll drop like 2 on the last day before Christmas, and we'll get 8 total or something like that.
Yeah,
But
that
you
makes
got to think
sense.
that they're going to wrap it up before Christmas starts.
Yeah, because then families are gonna be able to watch it like on Christmas, like, and they can just binge it.
That's true. And yeah, they're only
Um,
30-minute episodes. Definitely bingeable.
Dude, speaking of holiday or Christmas TV shows, have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
Nah.
Well, they've released a holiday special, like TV movie type thing. It's like 40 minutes long. It's just like a special. It's on Disney Plus, but apparently it's really fucking funny.
Have you seen trailers for Violent Night?
Yes, dude, it looks good.
I want to see that. It comes out this
Me
weekend.
too. Oh, does it? We were just
Yeah.
saying last night because, dude, the fucking seasonal depression of it being dark at 5 o'clock is hitting home lately, and so Maggie and I were like, we're gonna start doing like more things like at night during the week. And
Right.
so we've designated Tuesday nights as like our movie date night, and we were just thinking about like what's coming out soon. And there's that one, and then this one called like The Party or something like that, and it's got Andrew Santino from Dave, the ginger guy from Dave.
Oh,
in
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and like a bunch of celebrities and like awesome cast, and it's like a comedy about like a holiday party held at LeBron's house while he's gone.
That sounds dope.
And it's, dude, the trailer, you gotta watch the trailer for it. It looks so fucking funny.
What's it called?
Like, I think it's called like The Party or something like that. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on.
It's going to be 6 episodes. That's what this
6?
fucking blog says for the Santa Clauses.
This movie's called House Party. But it looks really funny. It's all about like a Christmas party held at LeBron's house.
Interesting.
I wish there were more like, I don't know, I feel like around Christmas time there's always a big like blockbuster movie coming out. I mean, I guess there is with Avatar, but I don't really never really got the hype of that movie franchise.
IMDb says this is a remake of a 1990 movie called House Party.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it says that the release is January 13th.
Yeah, it's only come out for a while. But when we went to see Black Panther, we saw a ad for it, the trailer for it came on. And we're like, wow, need to see that. It looks really good.
Oh, I'm actually looking at the trailer right now. Oh, fuck. This one dude, what show was that I was watching? Oh, The Chai. That was really good. And one of the characters looks like one of the guys from that show.
Is it the same guy?
I don't know. I'll have to do some research when we hop off. I'm not gonna do it right now. See what it's all about.
Yeah, I need to catch up on some of my shows. I've been slacking lately. I just started when I was sick. I started watching Ozark again and got pretty deep into that. That shit's good.
Yeah, I don't really have any shows like that.
Me neither, and I need to find some because I feel like it'll help me kill time.
Definitely. I watch sports.
Yep.
Watch a lot of sports. That's about it.
Yeah, sports and Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Been watching a lot of Cops lately too. I don't know why. Maggie is like obsessed with Cops, so it's just always on.
Well, now that like I caved and got the new COD. I've just been playing that in my spare time, not watching shit.
Yeah, that too. I also just bought. Oh my god, we got this game for our Switch called It Takes Two, and it's about this parent, this mom and this dad, and this little daughter, and they're like breaking the news to the little daughter that they're getting a divorce, and so she like pretty much is just like, all right, I'm gonna go play in my room, and she has these little like clay dolls that she made out of like clay, and they look like her parents. And so you play as the clay dolls, like apparently, like it's like a weird game, but it's fun. The clay dolls are the parents, like they're trapped in these clay doll bodies, and they have to like escape the house and like do all these things to like work together. And it's just like dude, it's so fun. It had us crying last night. It was so funny. Like there's this one where you have to like fight a vacuum cleaner that's alive, and you have like the girl character has a little hammerhead, and the guy character has nails that he shoots like a bow and arrow. And there's like all these challenges and like just work together types of games to like get through this house and like try and get back to like figuring out why they're the clay characters. It's so fun. But then I also got the new Pokemon game, so I've just been playing that and not watching anything.
Yeah, I'm not a big watcher.
I'm definitely more of a player.
Yeah. I like to play, not watch.
Speaking of players, should we do our draft?
Yeah, I mean, no time like the present to do a little draft, right?
Facts, B. We haven't done one in a while, I feel like.
No, we haven't. So in this episode of the Random Roommates Draft, that's our drop. We will be drafting the rap album of the years. Not, what the Grammys say is a rap album of the year, which, first of all, I got beef. So you're telling me that DJ Khaled's album was nominated for rap album of the year?
Dude, I want you to go on Google right now and look at the nominees, and I want to get your reaction because it is an atrocity. Outside of like 2.
Let me see. The Grammy. Let's see. Oh no, that's not it. So the Future album, I Never Liked You. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's
fine.
Grammy worthy.
Nah, I didn't make my list, but I mean, it's fine. Jack Harlow, Come Home, The Kids Miss You.
L.
I haven't listened to a single song off of that album.
I don't.
That's not true. I've listened to First Class.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I think it's because of that song, dude. The rest of the album is bad. Like, it's not good.
I've only listened to First Class because other people have played it.
Yes,
it's never been played on my phone.
It's not on my shit.
DJ Khaled, God Did.
L. He's not a rapper.
Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
W.
Pusha T, It's Almost Dry.
W, I would say.
Those are the only ones?
That's it.
Here's my thing. Do they have a hip-hop album of the year? That is where DJ Khaled belongs. He is not a rapper, he's a trapper. Like, that dude, he doesn't rap. It's not a rap album. He makes beats.
No, dude. He makes beats and he, like, screams his own name on the beat. That's all he does.
DJ Khaled!
We the best music. It's so annoying, bro. Like, the Grammys are just, like... I mean, it's been like this for I don't even know how long, but it's just like...
Dude, the whole
how do
industry
people take
is
it
fucked
serious?
up.
It's so dumb, dude. The entire industry and the way, like, awards are given, like... Dude, we're going to, but there's so much more music, rap specifically, that is Grammy worthy over DJ Khaled and like whatever group of people he got on his album. Like,
all right, so you got the 101. You tell me what's the best one.
I got the 101.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna. Fuck you, because the one is hard for me because I have 2 that I want to pick at one, but I don't think you're gonna pick either of them. So I'm gonna go with Denzel Curry.
Okay.
Melt My Eyes, See Your Future.
Nope, I wouldn't have picked it.
Dude, that album is just front to back, like an artistic, like it needs to be studied. That's how it, like.
It needs to be listened to by me.
Yes. Dude, I'm begging you to listen to that album, like, and actually, like, don't listen to it, like, as background music. Like, wait until you have time to sit down and listen to it, or, like, you're in your car. because it's from front to back. It's just beautiful, dude. Like, you go through so many emotions listening to that album where it's like, you know, he's on some real shit and then he's turning it up and then he's like turning it up, but also like kind of putting a spin on it to where it's like he's speaking real shit, but also like saying, hey, I'm spitting real shit, but I'm making it sound so that it's like, you know,
Fun.
in line with like the popular type of rap music today.
Right.
And he just does that the whole album, dude. And it's like you don't know where the album starts and ends because it's just all one long just project. It's beautiful.
Well, I'm glad that you picked that one.
I think I know where you're going, and
because
I know your pick is definitely on my list.
I have like two favorite albums from this year that are like definitely my favorites from this year.
Yeah.
Number one is Soul Sold Separately by Freddie Gibbs. That to me, I haven't listened to the Denzel Curry album, so I mean, obviously,
right.
I'm super biased because it's not even a possibility for me. But that to me is my favorite album. I think I just liked it so much. And like talking to Waldo about it, he was like, the songs were a little short for me. But I don't mind that because then I can't get bored of a song. Like if I'm not vibing with a song, it's over quick. I liked all of his songs, and like I just liked the way that it flowed. I thought they all sounded good. That's probably got like the most replay value for me out of what I've heard this year.
That's a solid pick. I knew that was on your list. I didn't think it would be your first pick though.
Yeah. And number two is actually hard. I'm kind of torn between two.
So am I.
So I have like 5 that I really like from this year.
We can do a fifth as an honorable mention.
Yeah, we'll think about it. With my number 2, I'm gonna go with Folarin 2 from Wale. Or for Lauren.
Wow, okay.
I just like really appreciated that album, and I think it's because like I think Wale is like a little bit underrated, and I thought that album was really nice. Like again, really good replay value. Like
yeah,
I think that whole album was a good vibe.
I respect it, dude. I only listened to it once, and I've like gone back and listened to like 1 or 2 songs off of it here and now, but like it wasn't on my list.
Yeah, I thought that album was really good, like top to bottom, and there's not many skips.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it like front to back. Maybe I'll do it during work tomorrow or later tonight. Nice pick. So this is tough because I'm definitely torn, but I have 2 picks anyway. But like if I were to actually put them in a rank, 2 and 3 would be tough to pick. But my number 2 is gonna be 2000 by Joey Badass.
Yeah, I had that.
That whole album to me is just like the epitome of how I like my rap music. You know, that jazzy kind of New York, like underground, classy, boom bap type of shit.
Yeah.
More so than like the trap music.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, dude, I just like, I think Joey's another one of those underappreciated artists. Like he doesn't get the flowers he deserves, and he's still so young. He's only like 25 years old. And you can see from 1999 to All American Badass to 2000, just like how much he's matured as a person through his music.
I really like All American Badass. I want to get that on vinyl pretty bad.
Yeah, yeah, dude, he's just like the epitome of like how I like my rap music, and he definitely didn't disappoint with this one. And then my third one might be a little bit of a curveball to our listeners, but I got to go with Gothic Luxury by Meech.
Yeah.
That album did a lot for me because my expectations were so high and lived up to the hype. So, and also I think it was cool to see that he can like stand on his own without the Flatbush name.
Right. So you actually made this pretty easy for me because 2000 was one of my 5.
Yeah.
I have a bunch on here that I think are really good, but for me with my last 2, I'm going with The Forever Story. Love Me Some Jid. Like,
that was going to be my last one.
I thought it was also like a really good album. Just, it's I thought he did a good job. I mean, there are some bangers on there. Like he's got surround sound, but I mean that one dropped beforehand, which I don't love.
Dude, you know what song what's that? Like Blue? Is it called Blue? Like Chronic Blue or something like that?
Blue something.
Blue something. Hold on, I'm
But I
gonna
know
look
what
it
you're
up real
talking about.
quick.
It's actually a pretty popular one off of that album.
That's my favorite song off the album. I like that and Crack Sandwich are my two favorites. And Run and Them and Sis and Them are good
Run
too.
Them, System, right?
But
So
dude,
you're like,
like,
okay, and now you're like, wow, I'm at half of the fucking album, and these are all songs that I really like, right?
Yeah.
And like, you didn't even name Surround Sound, and that's like the best banger on there.
yeah, he's another one of those artists, man. Like these are all guys that are Grammy like type of artists, not DJ Khaled and fucking Jack Harlow.
No, they're and then with my number 4, I'm going with Tana Talk 4 by Benny the Butcher.
Oh, that's a good dude. That's a great pick. I didn't even have that on my list, but I love that pick. I'm almost mad I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that album's really good. Like, I mean, Cole's got his feature on it, but whatever. I mean,
Benny the Butcher's just
it's a good song. But yeah, dude, Benny the Butcher's a really good artist, and he's spitting bars, and he's talking about like the real shit like in his life in that album, and like he's talking about like pushing weight, selling drugs and shit, and like also about how like people didn't want to see him succeed. They wanted to see him like on the corner so he could get their fix from him and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's a really good album. I think Benny's a really good rapper, and he's got like a special voice and style. It's almost like DMX-esque with like how it's like raspy like that.
Yeah. You know I love my raspy rappers
I know.
too.
Oh
dude.
yeah, well Meech is your number 2/3. So
yeah. All right. For my number 4, I'm stuck between 2. But I think this one isn't so much me thinking it's Grammy worthy. It's just got to be on my favorites list, and it's Vinyl Days.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm surprised it didn't come earlier.
No, well, dude, that's the thing. Like, I hate how people can't like two things can be true at once, right? Like, Logic can be a great rapper, and like definitely hated on and underappreciated for like his artistic ability. But that doesn't mean like if I like he's like people can't separate favorite from like best. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Vinyl Days is one of my favorite albums because of Logic, and I'm a fan of him. And it's like he put the type of work that I like that comes from him into that project, and it's like Aaron Judge is on it, like all these like pop culture icons that I grew up with liking. So I'm like naturally gonna like it. But like I don't think it's on the same level like as like a deep artistic wise as like Denzel Curry or Meech, where he's like talking about like important issues while still making like great, like his writing is just like different. Like Logic spitting bars because it's like, oh, that's a bar, but like Denzel and Meech are like talking about real shit, and like Freddie's doing the same thing. Like Freddie's talking about like his come up through selling crack and like his gangster life compared to Logic's just kind of having fun with like an old school vinyl sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I still think it's really good. I still think it's really good. Like we got 30 tracks on it, so he was pretty much just like, fuck it, like not gonna be picky about what goes on it. I'm just gonna do what I'm doing in the moment and make an album out of it, and I'm a big fan of it.
So, what were your honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions was the Dreamville tape that they put out earlier this year.
Earth Gang? No, Dreamville. They put out that Revenge of the Dreamers. It had
D-Day, a Gangsta Grills tape.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was on there.
They had Stick on there.
Yeah, dude. That
shit was fun. That was fun.
It was fun.
Earth Gang was one of my honorable mentions. They put out Ghetto Gods, and I thought that was a really good album too.
Yeah, and they're always a good vibe too. They're not always music that I'm like want to listen to at all the times. Or like J. Cole, if any J. Cole comes on, I'll listen to it at any time. But like if I'm in the mood for some Earth Gang, dude, Earth Gang hits.
Yeah.
Another honorable mention was, I mean, it doesn't really count as like a new album, but the album that Eminem put out as like his encore 2 almost.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely didn't have that one.
But that was just because it was like hearing all of his like best songs from like 2010 on. It's like his second best of album. So I'm always gonna be there on me. And then If Not Now, When by Russ.
I didn't even peep that.
It was a short. It's only an EP. It's only like 4 songs long. But that one was really good. And then Russ's other one, Chomp 2.
Yeah, Chomp 2 was good.
Chomp 2 is, I think, one of the most underappreciated albums in recent memory, dude.
Didn't make my list. My honorable mentions are Intergalactic by Kid Cudi. From a Bird's Eye View by Corday. I like Corday. I think he's got a nice vibe.
Yeah, I forgot he put that out. I don't really go back and listen to him much, but
Nah,
I respect him.
but it's
I
good.
respect him a lot.
I
yeah.
like Corday's vibe. I like just overall him as an artist. I like most of the stuff that he puts out.
Yeah, if I see a song come out and he's on it, or it's like a single from him, like I'll always go out of my way to listen to it.
Yeah. I had Kendrick's album on there. I thought it was. I mean, it's grown on me a bit. I think it's solid, but like, I don't know.
It doesn't hit like Damn hit for me. Like when Damn came out, and I was like, oh, this is like a good out. Like I would go back and listen through it front to back like multiple times. I just can't. I haven't found myself being like that excited about this one with it.
No, it's not that exciting, and I don't know if that's because the expectations were high because it's like the first Kendrick you're getting in a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like what? But
look what Joey did. I mean, he went the same amount of time without dropping an album as Kendrick did, because they dropped Damn and All American Badass at like the same time, and then
oh really?
Yeah, and then these two albums around the same time.
Interesting. And then I also had God Doesn't Make Mistakes by Conway the Machine.
Haven't even listened to that one.
Yeah, listen to that one when it came out. I think Conway's pretty good too.
I like
get down with that bull.
Yeah. Who's that one guy that's on the Joey Badass song, Brand New 911? Westside Boogie?
I don't know. I'll look it up for you.
You gotta, dude, his rap style is like, it sounds so childish, but it's so good. Like, he's always that one who's like screaming like crazy ad-libs and stuff. And he just sounds like a screechy pirate almost.
It is Westside.
I think it is Westside Boogie.
No, Westside Gun.
Oh, Westside Gun?
Yeah.
Dude, you got to go back, like, check some of his music out, because it's fun. It's nothing crazy, like, you're not going to be sitting there like, oh, that's bars, but, like, it just sounds fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, not a bad list. So, you had Denzel Curry, Melt My Eyes, Joey Badass, 2000, Meech with Gothic Luxury, and Logic with Vinyl Days. And I had Freddie Gibbs, Soul Sold Separately, Wale but with Falarin 2, JID The Forever Story, and Benny the Butcher, Tana Talk 4.
That's how you fucking curate a rap list of albums of the year.
Yeah.
That's how it's done. And see, we did that in, 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
Not even, dude. I'm pretty sure it took us much less than 10 minutes to draft those.
Like, dude, fucking... all you need is somebody who listens to rap music. You know what I mean? Like, who's making these picks for the Grammys?
I think they need to have more nominees, too. Like, 5 nominees doesn't feel like enough.
No. Especially with the amount of music that's being dropped every year.
Exactly. Like, it should be... They should make it 10, right? Like, these 8, the Kendrick album, and then throw another one in there.
Yeah. I mean... I don't even know why there has to be a limit. Why isn't it just a vote of all the albums?
Yeah, that's true. Like, why even have nominees? Just let all the voters pick their favorite album from the year.
Yeah, I don't understand. Well, like, why? Dude, this is what it needs to be. It needs to be like a worldwide thing where it's like you sign up on a website and you just go out and fill out a whole, like, survey of, like, your picks. And it's just, like, an album of the year that was decided by a democracy, popular vote of people who listen to music.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be. It's the same way with like all-star voting in sports.
And
it's
fucking not so much all-star voting because like the fan vote matters a lot for all-star voting.
Right, but like
for the seasonal
voting.
awards.
Yeah.
You have a few people who, for some reason or another, they get a vote.
Right.
Because there's some kind of analysts, and they're probably not very good at it.
They have some sort of connection to somebody that they know inside. It's dumb, dude. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
It's all just industry bullshit.
It is. But at the same time, that like prevents people from being like, oh, I'm just going to vote for my favorite player.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you get like Aaron Judge wins the World Series every single year because there's more, or wins the MVP every single year because there's more Yankees fans than any other fan.
That's true, I guess. Yeah, you'd have to fix that for sure because you'd get a bunch of like 13-year-olds voting for people that are just like.
Yeah, you'd have fucking Kids Bop getting fucking album of the year.
Kids Kids Bop, Grammy nominated or Grammy winning fucking album, Kids Bop 47.
Now that's what I call music 22.
No, we're way past 22. I'm pretty sure I had 22 like 10 years ago.
Damn. I was thinking
Nah,
maybe
they
this one by the year. It's 2022, maybe we'll go with that.
No, they definitely don't make that anymore.
You don't think so?
You think they make a now that's what I call music like playlist on streaming services? Streaming pretty much fucking dissipated their company because they were a CD.
Oh my god.
What they are now
Dude,
is just
there's
like
so many. Now that's what I call music 100
What?
for $20 at Walmart.
They're still making CDs?
Yeah, brother.
Dude.
You think people don't buy fucking CDs?
They shouldn't. Not new ones, at least. I mean, I guess we buy new records, but still, that's more of like a novelty idea. Do you think CDs are going to be like records in 20 years from now? Where people collect CDs?
Dude, I used to have this one partner, and he said that he probably has like over 6,000 CDs.
Where the fuck does he keep them all?
In his office and in the basement.
Oh my god, dude.
He's like, dude, like I'm not with the streaming shit. I don't understand the Bluetooth. Like I'm very old school. He's like, I get a CD.
How old is this dude?
He's probably like in his 50s. You get kicked out of the firm at 55.
Oh, okay.
So
Thanks for your service.
He's
Get
probably
outta
in
here.
his 50s. And well, I guess that depends. You get kicked out after a certain number of years. So
Right.
if you start later, maybe you don't get kicked out at 55. But like since I started pretty much right out of college, I get kicked out at 55.
Right.
But he's like, yeah, dude, I have all these fucking CDs. He's like, I don't, not really with like the streaming stuff. Like, I'm not really about that. I don't really understand the Bluetooth. He's like, I don't think it sounds as crisp as the CD does. He's like, so I just like, I have like, an old radio fucking in my office and I just listen to CDs all day.
Yeah, I mean, good for him, but there's no way a CD sounds better than a fucking audio file.
It probably sounds grainier, right? Like it's similar to vinyls, right?
I mean,
you
dude, you remember
say,
having CD and it would move and it would skip?
yeah,
there's
but what
no
if
way
it
that-
doesn't?
What do you mean?
Like, what if you got the perfect radio player or like CD player?
Yeah, but still, like, you're capped out at efficiency at a CD. Like, with audio files, there's just so much more ingenuity and, like, innovation going into the amount of editing you can do and with different sound waves and stuff like that. Like, I feel like, I mean, I don't know how that shit works, so don't quote me on it, but, like, you're, like, pressing music into, like, something that's solid is going to keep it at that state forever. You know what I mean?
That's
It's
true.
never going to get better.
I think that. Well, I don't think something that's like streaming is going to get better either. Artists is going to put their song out.
Yeah, but the way that music is made is going to get better. Like, there's new production tools being created every single day that makes sound
That's true.
quality better.
That's true. But I think there's like something to it, like being tangible
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
and
for
like
sure.
being
I mean,
something that you
that's,
touch.
that's the whole reason, like, collecting records is so fun. Like, I like listening to music on records more than I like listening to music just in, like, headphones. But, you know, you
Yeah, and
can't
it
carry
probably
a
doesn't
record player
sound better.
around.
It's not a higher quality.
Right. It's just the fact that you're listening to that music pressed onto vinyl where it's, like, more of, like, a,
Yeah.
like you said, tangible feeling.
Yeah.
Vibes
And
are
you can
better.
get random shit, dude. Lex and I were decorating the tree the other day. We listened to fucking OG Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer soundtrack on vinyl.
Ooh, that's fire.
And then when that finished up, we listened to Jimmy Dean's Christmas album, which has a bunch of bangers on it.
Jimmy Dean, like the breakfast sandwich?
It's spelled Deen. I don't know if that's how the breakfast sandwich spells it.
No, breakfast is DEA.
No, but like both of those are like from the 80s. I got them at the record store last year. I was looking for albums for Lex at the record stores, and they had like a Christmas box, and it's fucking OG Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and this old ass Jimmy Dean album. They were each like $2 or $3. I was like, all right, bet. Now we have like some old like Christmas classics to throw on while we're doing Christmas things in the house. I'm with that.
Yeah, dude. They we were looking at them like 2 weeks ago before we left for Thanksgiving at the record store that we went to when you were here, and they had a bunch of stuff like that. And I was like, I should come in here and just spend like $15 on like 3 or 4 records just to have for like stuff like that. Like there was one, it was Winnie the Pooh's like Halloween songs or something.
You should have
from,
got
like,
it, dude.
I should have, dude. It was like an orange record too. It was really cool, but
How much was it?
I didn't look. I was just
I would've
looking at
paid
like
you
all
double.
the old shit. It was $16,000.
Don't matter.
Don't matter. Don't care.
Yep, I'll pay you double. Lex literally loves Winnie the Pooh. It's her favorite thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She like Pooh or like just the
No, she
overall
likes Pooh.
universe?
Overall, she likes everybody, but she loves
Piglet,
Pooh
Tigger, all that.
because he's so kind.
Did you see the Winnie the Pooh horror movie that came out a few months ago?
Should we watch it? People hate Winnie the Pooh.
I haven't seen it, but it's literally about a murderous like Winnie the Pooh. Like, what's his name? Tom. Is his kid's name Tom?
I have no idea.
He comes back after like 20 years to the woods that they were all in, and they like hate him for leaving or whatever, and like him and his girlfriend just get like hunted down by like Piglet and Pooh.
Wow.
It's not animated either. It's like real life people.
Real life fucking bears and pigs hunting people down?
Should I send her the trailer for it and be like, hey, heard you like Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, you should. This will be right up your alley.
Yeah.
She'll have nightmares for fucking ever if you watch that movie.
Dude, it's disturbing for sure. I didn't watch it because I didn't want to ruin my childhood, but
We would watch Peaky Blinders and she would have nightmares from watching Peaky Blinders. I would guarantee you that gory fucking Winnie the Pooh slaughtering this dude and his
slasher
girlfriend
Winnie the Pooh
are gonna give her nightmares and like significantly ruin her childhood.
And it's all because like I guess the rights to Winnie the Pooh were like the time was up for whoever owned them before, so like they were able to make this movie without getting sued.
Interesting.
They actually went and did it. How fucked up do you have to be? Out of all the things you could make.
That's just somebody's got too much time and too much money.
Yeah, I guess so.
I think
Oh,
on Friday I'm gonna take the day off, go hit the slopes. First day the mountains open.
Ooh. You guys got any snow?
Ooh. Nope. It rained
kidding.
today.
That might be worse for the slopes.
Yeah, I'm just hopeful. There's definitely a chance that I get there and they're like, "Oh, we're not opening today. We got no snow."
Yeah, that's tough. I need to
But-
figure out
Then I'll just drive home.
I need to figure out a way to get my stuff from your house. And also on top of that, Jake and I were talking 2 weeks ago when we were golfing about doing a trip this winter to like Boone, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I think it's like 3 hours from us, or obviously
Right.
closer for me. But and we're gonna see if all the boys wanted to make a trip out there for like 3 or 4 days, just do some shredding.
I could be interested. I have like a busy winter. It's annoying.
Really? Doesn't your busy season start like in January too?
Nah, I don't have a busy season anymore.
Oh,
technically.
that's right. Nice, dude.
That is nice. I'm gonna go to Waldo's between Christmas and New Year's, like we've always done in the past. Just get a couple days in, and then going away in January for a weekend. I'm not allowed to say what it's for because it's a surprise, and I don't know who listens to this podcast, so I can't
That's
really
fair.
make surprises.
It's for me. I know it is.
And then the week after that, I go to Houston for 3 days for training. And then I feel like I'm doing something in February, but
Wanna
I'm not
come to
100%.
San Diego with me.
Nah, not 100% sure what. And then in March we have the bachelor party,
Yeah, and then it's not even winter anymore.
and then it's not winter.
I just need to get. I need to get some time on the slopes.
You got to get the time in. I actually just bought an Epic Pass. I spent $260, right? And it's basically 5 lift tickets to any of their locations.
Sister Mountains. Yeah.
Yeah. They have like I did the smallest one. It's 22 mountains, but I get Jack Frost, which is the closest to me. Seven Springs, which I think is over by your mom. And like a few other ones in PA. Maybe like 4 mountains in New Hampshire, but only one that I'm going to go to. That's like an hour and change from Waldo and is good size. There's another one that's like an hour from Waldo, but he's like, dude, it's really small. Like, if you're coming all the way up here, I wouldn't recommend going there. But I basically get 5 days, and for $260 total.
Dude, I'm flying home December 19th for Christmas.
Mhm.
And then Sophia's boyfriend Quinn was asking me at Thanksgiving like if I wanted to go snowboarding when I would be home. So you should come up for a day, like maybe
Before
the 20th
Christmas?
or 21st. Yeah, and then we can hit the mountain for a day.
I could be into that.
Especially if you've got that pass, we can just go to the mountain that for your pass, and then you don't
Yeah,
have to pay a lift
'cause
ticket.
I'm pretty sure Seven Springs is out that way. It might be more like towards Harrisburg,
I mean, Harrisburg is 20 minutes from us, so it's not bad.
because I know that's the one that 4 used to always go to.
Yeah, just gotta hope there's
I could be
snow.
interested. Yeah, they should be making it by then.
Yeah, that's true. It's still like a month away.
Yeah. But so a 1 day pass to Jack Frost, because I'm obviously going on Friday, was $80. So
Is
I'm
that
like,
a
dude,
lot?
it's a decent amount. Jack Frost like isn't that great, so I didn't expect it to be that much. It's not a huge mountain.
Yeah.
But with the Epic Pass, I got 5 days for $260. That's like $52 a day.
Oh, that's not bad at all, dude.
And the only reason it would have been even less, but I paid more to get holidays included because I know that I'm going to be in Waldo's
Right.
during
And those
holiday
prices are going to be
rates.
jacked. Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'll spend 1 day at Sunapee at Waldo's, and then I won't have to pay outrageous prices for holiday rates.
Yeah, that's smart.
But yeah, dude, I'm saving money.
It's so funny how like you go so quickly from playing golf to snowboarding in the Northeast.
No, I'm still trying to play some golf.
I know. It's like the fact that you can do that still is crazy.
I played golf not too long ago. I think I played last weekend.
Yeah, did you ever end up putting your score in the Birdies app?
I did. I shot a 96.
Nice. That's not bad.
I shot a 51 on the front and then a 45 on the back. I started out pretty well, but then I had like 3 or 4 holes in a row where my drive was just terrible. And that really ruined my score. I went double, triple, triple, double.
Oof,
So
dude.
I didn't love that. Dude,
Yeah,
but I started, first hole is a par 5. And first of all, this place was pretty much empty and I was playing by myself, which I fucking love playing by myself. I'll definitely be going back there. And it's a par 5 first hole, and I fucking hit a bomb. And I was like, dude, let's fucking go. Ended up bogeying, and then next hole's a par 3, bogeyed. And then the rest of the front 9 is par 4s until you get to 8 and 9. 8's a par 3. 8's a par 3, but it's like 165 yards, and it's like over water, and it drops off bad. I sent that video in Classified.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that par 3, and then you finish with a dogleg right par 5. So it's like 5-3, 4-4, 4-4, 4-4, 3-5. That's the whole front 9. And so I didn't really love that setup, how it's like you start and end with par 3, par 5, and it's all par 4s in the middle.
Right.
But it was a solid course. It wasn't bad. I shot decent on the back. My best drive of the day easily was hole 10,
first
which is
hole?
also a par 5. And I fucking pimped this thing.
The par 5s where you can just let loose on the tee box is so fun, especially when you do hit a piss missile like that.
And then, so that there was that par 5, right? And then there was a par 3 right after that, which I was so bad on, but I ended up only getting a double bogey, which I wasn't too upset. And then there was a par 4 that was way shorter than I thought, and I hit a fucking piss missile drive, and I came up like 20 yards short of the green. I almost hit onto the foursome in front of me. Just because like they were all on the green, so I was like, dude, I'm good. And then I almost fucking drove the green. But then there was bunkers and then the green, and that's usually where I shit the bed. But nah, dude, up and down, 2 putt for par. I was like, let's fucking go, baby.
That's the best feeling, dude, when you can string like 2 or 3 holes together when you're playing like consistent golf.
Yeah.
When Jake and I played, I had one hole where I was like kind of coming off like a stretch of 2 or 3 holes where I went like par, bogey, par. and it was a par 5, and it was the 11th hole, so it was like right after the turn, and I ended up birdieing the hole, dude. And I was like, after that, I was like, bro, I just had like 3 holes where I parred 2 and then birdied 1. Like, I'm on pace to break my personal record. And then after that, dude, it was
Shit the
like
bed.
triple. I think I had an 8 on 1 hole, and then like another triple, and then I went like bogey the rest of the way, and that just like those 3
Yeah.
holes just fucked me.
Dude, it was nice. See, like I didn't even think about like how I was playing. Like I knew I was like having like a decent day. I was like, whatever, dude. I'm keeping my score, but I'm not like adding it up, so I have no clue where I'm at. And it was pretty nice. Like I would just write my score down on the scorecard, so I couldn't
Keep it moving.
I couldn't see like I don't know how the 18 birdies does it. I think they show you like how much over you are throughout the round, right? So like I didn't like, and then I get down to the end, and I'm like, oh, if I can get a par here, if I can get just a bogey instead of a double bogey, then I'll be like breaking 100. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
I will say though, like when you do keep scoring 18 birdies, you can do like you do your score and then it'll say like green in regulation, fairways hit. So I like to have those stats. That's why I do just like put it in as soon as I finish it up. But like you said, it's tough. It's tough to like have that in your head.
Exactly. It was nice. And dude, playing by myself, I just fucking was listening to some tunes. Like I didn't bring a speaker or anything, but I just like had my phone playing. Like it was a vibe.
Yeah, yeah, dude, playing alone is nice, especially like not even just like alone, but when you went with Lex in Arizona, like that's just having like someone there, not necessarily like playing against them or like, you know, just only focusing on your game and like being in that state of mind for golf, dude, makes you like play better. Obviously, I don't know why.
Playing with Lex was funny because she's like on her phone the whole time, right? So it's like she's playing music, but then she was also like listening or like watching like Instagram reels or TikToks and shit. So it was like just music, and like I'm kind of like vibing to the music, and then all of a sudden I fucking hear this like random annoying ass fucking lady talking, and like as I'm in my backswing, and I'm like, this is horrendous.
Just over the speaker.
No, we didn't have a speaker, so it was just like it was just like all
phone.
coming out of her phone. And then there was one time I remember I was like getting ready to hit like a little like chip shot to get up on the green, and like the music's playing, like I'm vibing, and then like as I'm about to take my backswing, she just like pauses the music because she thought that the music was gonna get in my head and fuck me up, even though it was like keeping me like in a rhythm, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, bro, why did you pause that music?
Yeah, the
now
pausing
I just
and like
this over the green.
the abruptness of it is what fucks you up, not like the noise itself.
Yeah.
That's like when you're on the tee box and it's quiet and then someone starts to talk when you're on your backswing, and then that's what fucks you up, not like the fact that they talked. Like if they were talking the whole time. Like
if they're talking the whole time,
I'll step up and hit my ball. Like that doesn't bother me, but it's when I get to like here and then I hear a noise that I wasn't expecting. I'm like, hey, what was that? And then I'm swinging it like a baseball bat.
When we were in Myrtle, there was one tee box. Tim was like, he was like, you know, he was ready to take his tee shot, and like we're all being quiet, and like he's like about to take his backswing, and AJ just lets out this mean fart, and he just like, dude, he just dropped his head and just started like laughing. He was just like, dude, I can't be fucking starting my backswing with a. AJ just like,
So
whatever,
true.
dude. It was a dog at the turn.
Probably was too.
They put him in bad
chili
shape.
on it.
So we had that day we played Kings North on Monday. That was when I drove home. So we had our early round. So
Yeah.
like, and it was cold. So like we just like, I mean, I snagged the coffee before the round started, and then got like a refill in the front 9, and then we, you know, had Lex drop off balls because we thought I started the day with 4 balls at Kings North, and I was like, these are going to be gone. And so like grab balls, and I was like, all right, like let's like I was like, AJ, you're not gonna get a dog, and he's like, nah. And then Owen walked out with 2 dogs. So then AJ, I'm in there like trying to get one, and I see AJ walk in, and then after I order, AJ gets 2. And I'm like, AJ, you went from no dogs to 2 dogs.
To 2
like, yeah, well,
dogs?
Owen got 2, and they look pretty good, you know. So
They
I
got
2.
good dogs there.
They do. Their dogs are like slightly too big for the buns.
Yeah, those little ends poking out.
Yeah, and it's like
Yeah.
it's a little bit too thick, and the bun doesn't stay together well enough on the back, so it like slides through, and then so you have like legitimately bottom bun, top bun, and then both sides you got dog showing. You know what I mean? And it's like hard to keep it centered when you're trying to eat it.
Yeah, I got nub.
Yeah,
Just gotta nub both sides.
but I just got one and like some chips, and I fucking housed the dog real quick before we even started on the back nine. And AJ was like, "All right, I ate one dog. I got another dog. I might save it." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking throwing this thing out, bro. Like, it's got me gassed to the motherfucker."
Oh man, that's funny.
You want to talk about the Birds and maybe like some fantasy football?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
The Birds are pretty good, sitting at 10-1. I mean, Jalen Hurts just broke the record for the most rushing yards by a quarterback in a game and in a quarter, and he passed Michael Vick to be the most rushing yards by a quarterback in Eagles franchise history.
He already passed Michael Vick.
Yeah,
Wow, that's wild.
which means that he also already passed Donovan McNabb and Randall Cunningham.
That's crazy. I love it, dude. I fucking love Jalen Hurts. He's like very much become my favorite player.
Yeah,
I was actually thinking about this the other day when, like, last year, the end of last year, when we were like a fringe playoff team. You and I were both saying, like, dude, Jalen Hurts could be our guy. Like, he's got the capabilities to be our guy. Like, he just needs to learn to throw the ball deep better and like get his passing down, and like he's gonna be a stud. And he's like done that and more, dude.
yeah, his passing has improved tremendously this year.
Did you see that play where he was trying to find Quez in the back corner of the end zone where he scrambled? He scrambled out like 15 yards and it came back and then just like lollipopped it into the back of the end zone from like 45, 50 yards away. And
When was this?
This was the last game against the Packers.
Really? I should remember because I was there.
Dude, it was one of the best throws I've ever seen in my life, bro. He put it on this man's fingertips, back of the end zone while scrambling and into like double coverage. And it was a tough cut. Like, Quez Watkins probably isn't making that catch, but like if we had like a prime Julio or like if that was AJ Brown, there's a chance he makes that catch.
Right.
It was literally corner of the end zone. His feet were like in perfectly timed, like off his fingertips, and it was like,
Damn.
I was like, dude, that was beautiful. I thought he was throwing it away. He just casually dropped a fucking dime piece.
Yeah, dude. Lex and I snagged tickets on Saturday. We sat section 225. We were like, our seats were like,
You were at the game?
literally, yeah. Our seats were
shit.
like literally at midfield. Like we were pretty much on the midfield line. We were like the middle of our row. And I think we were like row 15. We paid $130 after fees, and I was like, dude, that's not bad at all. Considering like all season, no, total or each. But considering all season tickets were like no less than $180 or $200 for nosebleeds, and we got like solid seats for $130 a piece. And then Kate texted Lex and was like, hey, like, what are you doing tomorrow? Like, do you think like Jason and I come down and see you? And we were like, actually, we're going to the game, but we could do dinner before. And Kate was like, well, maybe I'll get tickets for Jason. And so she did, because Jason's an Eagles fan and he's never been to a football game before. So like, and he didn't even know. And Kate just like packed him some extra clothes and shit like that, and then came down and then like surprised him with this football game. So we all like went, and we didn't really tailgate because Kate and Jace don't drink and Lex can't.
Right.
So we just went down there early and sat in Lex's car while it rained, and I drank and we all hung out.
Dude, and what a game you guys picked to
It
go
was
to,
fun,
too.
dude. We had Packers
crazy.
fans right in front of us, dude. So like they weren't like chirping or like they weren't being nasty or anything, but they were like obviously like cheering when the Packers were doing well, and it was like an exciting game the whole way, like a fun shootout.
Got to see a little bit of Jordan Love.
Yeah, dude, it was good. It was a good time. And then Birds get a win. Everybody goes down happy. Home happy.
We got the Titans this week.
Gonna be tough.
Gonna be a tough game with Derrick Henry running down our throats.
I think the rest of our season is pretty tough, honestly. I was looking at
the Giants
earlier.
and the Cowboys again, at least, right?
We got the Giants twice and the Cowboys. So this is the rest of our schedule. Titans, Giants, Bears, Cowboys, Saints, Giants. And like the Bears are looking good now.
Yeah, I mean, they're not at a point where I feel threatened by them by any means, but like,
No, but they can move the ball with Justin Fields.
So yeah. The Giants and Cowboys obviously are gonna be big games for everyone involved, but
yep.
if we beat the Titans pretty handily, dude, then I'm pretty much already looking forward to the playoffs.
I would like to go 4-2 over these 6 games at least.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Finish the season at 14-3, probably the 1 seed.
Yep.
I'd like to get the 1 seed just so we get a bye, because only one team gets a bye.
1 seed would be nice. I think we're pretty much in the driver's seat for that now.
We're only 1 game ahead of the Vikings though. Like, we're 10-1. The Vikings are 9-2.
What's the Vikings schedule look like?
I don't know. I didn't have that ready.
Come on, dude.
The Vikings should probably win the rest of their games. Jets, Lions, Colts, Giants, Packers, Bears.
Hey, but there are a few teams in there that you can't really sleep on, dude. The Lions are looking good. And they have been looking good since the beginning of the year. They put up, 35 against us?
Their offense is good. Their defense can't do fucking shit.
Yeah.
Their offense puts up points. Their defense is like...
That's kind of the same thing with the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings defense isn't terrible. They've Patrick Peterson. They have a good D-line. Like, they're not that bad.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. But I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if they drop 1 or 2 of those games.
Yeah, me either. But we'll see. It should be fun. Dude, so right now, if the playoffs started today, the 3 NFC wildcard spots would be Cowboys, Giants, Commanders.
Yeah, that's wild. The whole fucking division's making the playoffs.
I hope it ends like that, too. I hope we end the 1 seed and the Cowboys, Giants, and the Commanders all make it. It's going to be tough because there's a lot of divisional games at the end of the season. So, like,
it's going to be seeing a lot of each other.
L's.
Yeah.
By default, those teams are going to have to take L's.
Right.
Like, when we beat the Cowboys and the Giants twice, that might affect them.
That might switch things up a little bit.
The Giants I saw are actually, plus 110 to make the playoffs at the sportsbooks. And they're, minus 150-ish to not make the playoffs.
The Giants?
Yeah, even though they're in a playoff spot right now, just the way I guess the rest of their season shakes out. And they have no fucking receivers.
Yeah, dude, they need some receiver help bad. I was actually telling Don that the other day. I was like, you guys are a good team. You just need, your one, you need, your A.J. Brown of the team.
And they've just been, all their receivers have been getting hurt. Saquon's been solid, though, and their defense has been really good.
Mm-hmm. Daniel Jones hasn't been terrible either.
No, he's been protecting the ball way more than in years past, I feel like.
Yeah. Yep.
The Giants have Washington, Philly, Minnesota, Indianapolis, Philly. So that's tough.
That's a tough go for them, yeah.
They have 4 divisional games, plus the Vikings, who are 9-2, and then the Colts.
They should probably beat the Colts.
But we barely beat the Colts.
Yeah, that's true. But didn't the Colts just lose to Pittsburgh?
I think so. It was close.
The Colts are such a weird team.
Yeah, they lost by a touchdown. I don't know what they're doing.
It's going to be a fun last few weeks of the season, dude. That's for sure. Especially for NFC East fans.
I'm just hoping that my fantasy team can get it together.
Which one?
All of them.
Your Orchids team squeaked out a win.
Orchids team squeaked out a win, and that puts me in a fucking playoff spot.
Yeah, right now, if the season ended today, you and I would be playing each other in the first round.
Really? Are you scared?
Yep. Nope.
Shaking in your boots yet?
Not yet.
Well, you should be. Yeah, my Orchids team. So I got Emory this week. If I can beat, I pretty much have to win out. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Who else do you have to play?
So I have Emory next week, and then Waldo the week after that.
Okay. I mean, Waldo's team is kind of on a climb now, but he's still sitting in 10th place, 11th place.
Waldo's team...
He's 4-8.
He's 4-8. He's in 11th, and here's the thing, because I'm looking at our Week 14 matchup. Marcus Mariota and Aaron Rodgers are both on bye. Alvin Kamara's on bye. His defense is on bye. But he does have Kenneth Walker, who's nice.
Yeah. He might be rookie of the year.
He might be. I got money on him and Dameon Pierce both to be rookie of the year.
Dameon Pierce has kind of let up on the gas pedal a little bit the last few weeks, but I think that's more game script than anything.
Yeah, Dameon Pierce was my preseason rookie of the year bet. Just because it was like, oh, he's going to be the starter. So I was like, all right, let's throw that in. And then Kenneth Walker was my mid-season rookie of the year bet.
Yeah. What odds did you get Kenneth Walker at?
Let me take a look, Ski. I got my sports books back up to a not terrible amount. I had my FanDuel account was under $100. It was down like $50, dude. It's never that low.
Ugh, you sound like me.
It's okay. The U.S. got to win. They helped me out. Now I'm.
And you hit that nice little parlay on DraftKings.
Yeah, for $200. I'm at 150 right now, but I got a couple bets out tonight. So that might go up. I was at like 170 or 180 earlier today. Let's see if I can find this Kenneth Walker bet. I got him at plus 160.
It's not bad.
Nah. I mostly did it because it's plus odds, right? So I put $5 on Dameon Pierce before the season started at plus 1100. So that would have been 5 to win 55.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw 5 on Kenneth Walker at plus 160. I'll win 8, but I'll just net $3, which doesn't matter, but I covered my losses.
Right.
It's really all I was trying to do at that point.
Most likely going to be one of those two guys.
Exactly. I need Derrick Henry to not be fucking hurt.
Is he hurt now?
He got hurt last week.
Bad?
I don't know. That's the thing. I would like for him to not be hurt bad.
Well, I have his backup in Orchid, so if he is hurt, I'll be fine.
I have money on him leading the league in rushing yards. And he's now 100 in yards and change behind Josh Jacobs.
I mean, yeah, after the fucking week that Josh Jacobs just had, makes sense.
He's 111 behind. And Derrick Henry, he had 38 yards this week against Cincinnati.
Ew, that's gross. Josh
Maybe
Jacobs
he
had like
didn't get hurt.
230.
I could have swore I saw that he got hurt, but I guess I made that part up.
Maybe it was a dream.
Maybe just because he was so bad.
That could also be it. You never know.
I mean, he can fuck around and have a day against Philly, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, and like the chances that he does are not slim.
No, especially coming off a bad week with 38 yards, he might go for $150.
Yep, and 2 touchdowns.
Jordan Davis is they've activated his 21-day return window, so that's
Love
good.
that.
I mean, on top of the 2 signings that we made to kind of bolster up the middle of the D line, I like it. I wouldn't be upset if we went and got Malcolm Jenkins. He says that he's strong and he's in good shape and like he's been working out and he's ready to kind of fill that role. And CJ Gardner-Johnson has a lacerated kidney and he's out for a while. I think Malcolm would be great to just plug him in.
Dude, great clubhouse guy too.
Yeah.
Knows
Great
the city
locker room
well.
guy.
Like, why not?
Yeah, knows the city, knows how to win a fucking Super Bowl. Like, great leader, great veteran. Bring him in. Help us fucking get over the hump.
Yeah, I don't hate that idea at all, honestly.
Nah. And Dallas Goedert is eyeing a Week 15 return, which would be huge. Let me sneak into those Orchids fucking playoffs, baby. I'll see you in Week 1, and Dallas Goedert and Jalen Hurts are going to fucking stack attack on your head.
We'll see. Hey, take your time, King. We want you back healthy for the playoffs. Don't feel like you need to be back for that
Healthy
Week 15
for Week
matchup. That's good though, dude. I feel like you can definitely see the hole that is not having Dallas Goedert in our offense.
Yeah. I feel like he's just always there as like a good release valve.
Yeah. Fantastic release valve for Jalen. But the fact that we're still,
Rolling.
rolling and rushing for 200 yards in a quarter without him,
Yeah.
it's a good sign.
So yeah, I'm sitting in sixth, the last playoff spot at 6-6.
You got to keep it rolling, motherfucker.
Dude, I just gotta keep getting some wins. It's tough out in these streets.
I took a tough Waldo loss with him not beating Sean because Najee got hurt, because I would have taken that second place back and gotten my first round bye. But now that Dylan and Sean are playing each other next week, I'm still going to probably be stuck in third unless I don't pop off.
Dude, I put up a lot of fucking win.
Yeah, me too. I'm playing Carl, I think, next week.
You are?
Or this week.
Carl is 7th, so he's one spot behind me at 5-7.
I'm fighting them all for you.
Please do.
Hey, you came through this week for me. I'll come through this week for you.
I need TJ to come through too and beat Jake.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. I don't know if that's going to happen.
If you beat Carl, TJ beats Jake, and I beat Emery, I'll have a playoff spot locked up.
Like, mathematically?
Yeah, because Carl, Jake, and Emery are all 5-7. They're 7, 8, 9.
Yep.
Right? So if they all lose, they'll be 5-8. And if I win, I'll be 7-6 with 1 week to go.
Yep. Things need to fall.
Things need to fall. Make them fall. TJ's had a tough year.
I can't, dude. Yeah, I can't believe that we're already going into week 13. That's crazy. Shit is flying by.
Yeah, dude, it is. Are you in Sleeper Keeper?
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
I think I'm in third place.
Yeah, you are. I'm sitting in 7th right now at 6-6. But Wilson, Emery, me, and Sean are all 6-6. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, dude. I'm playing Clay this week. We're 50% projected to win.
Dude, wow. I'm in third place, but I don't even have 1,200 points scored.
No, you've a little bit more than me.
I've gotten a few wins in this league that I've just scraped by with low scoring weeks, but the other team just happened to be worse.
Dude, Waldo in my Yahoo league with all my boys from home, Waldo's in that one. He has the second least points for. He's in 4th.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Just getting crazy nice matchups.
Apparently. I'm in fucking 10th. No, I'm in 11th. And I've got more points than him.
Wow, that's tough. That's a tough go.
Yeah, the fantasy has been tough for me this year because I drafted a lot of Javonte Williams, who was not good and then tore his ACL, and I drafted a lot of Brandon Cooks, who's been very disappointed.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Elijah Mitchell. Had a lot of stock in him this year.
Yeah.
And then, he gets hurt week 1, and then fucking Christian McCaffrey takes his spot, and then he comes back and gets hurt again.
Yeah. That's not great.
Yeah. Other than that, though, other than my dynasty teams, dude, I'm in first place in Coastal Chicks. I'm in third place in Orchids. I'm in third place in Sleeper Keeper. Those are my top 3, really, outside of those are my top 3 leagues that I probably care about the most, and I'm doing well in them. So other than random roommates, but we've been out of that for a while.
We're in dead last and random roommates. Got a bye locked up in the toilet bowl.
Yep. We're just playing spoiler now.
Oh yeah, it's the 1 seed, baby.
Yep.
Nah, not even, because we're playing fucking Lex this week, so we ain't spoiling shit.
Nope.
And next week we play Jordan, who's 4-8, so probably not spoiling shit.
We're spoiling the other bad players of this league.
I'm on a 3-game win streak in Coastal Chicks. It's got me at 4-8.
Attaboy. I put up 180 points last week, I think.
I only won last week because I played Jess. Jess had the fewest points, and I had the second fewest points.
I saw you added Matt Gay back to your roster.
Had to.
Welcome back, King.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get a new fucking name, and I don't want to do that.
Matt Gay.
I'm in this thick thighs league.
Yeah, me too. My team sucks.
Oh yeah, you are in thick thighs. I'm killing it. I'm 10-2 right now.
Yeah, I'm 4-8. My team's ass.
I'm the only one that's already locked up a playoff spot. One
A
more
lot
win,
of
I'll lock up the 1 seed.
another lot of stock in that league of players who just like James Conner has been great. Damian Harris has been virtually nothing. Tom Brady, not great. But I don't really care about that league, to be honest.
No, me neither. I'm not doing it next year.
No, me neither.
But since I have a good team, I'm going to try to win it all.
As you should.
Yeah, dude, I'm in 7 redraft leagues, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm in 7 redraft leagues. I won 6 matchups this week.
Ooh, 6-1 in redraft, not bad.
Not bad. I went
That's
1
a
and
good
2
league.
in Dynasty. But don't care. My Dynasty teams are ass. I'd prefer to lose, honestly. I won in Foot Clan.
Dude, I didn't realize that Isaiah Likely was out. So I went to add a tight end, but like waivers wasn't like I couldn't free agency wasn't open, so I couldn't add anybody. So I just didn't start a tight end, and I ended up putting up like 125 points and winning.
Damn.
Yeah, I had Jonathan Taylor, Miles Sanders,
Sanders had a good week.
Mac Jones, and Ryan Tannehill. I mean, Ryan Tannehill had 12 points, but for him, it's been Treylon Burks. My team kind of snapped. But it's like bittersweet because it's like I'm 4-8. I'm not going to get in a playoff spot. Rather,
Doesn't matter. You're going to get the 1 seed.
what do you mean? Oh, for points 4?
Yeah, max points 4.
I'll take it.
Lucky dog. I think it's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, who's the commissioner of that league? Is it Clay?
Yeah. I think Clay's the commissioner of all the Dynasty leagues.
My CCU team, I think, is even worse. Or no, I'm 5-7 in CCU. It's not that bad, but I don't think I'm in the playoffs. No, I'm
My
sitting in
Dynasty
9.
teams are 2-10, 3-9, 3-9.
You're in 3?
Yeah.
It's tough. Dynasty fantasy football to me is not as fun. I don't know why. I think it's just because the payoff isn't as fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you draft these players and you have to wait for them to develop, see what happens. But
I'm like kind of getting over fantasy football.
I think it's because I'm in too many leagues.
I think I don't listen to fantasy football. There's really that much anymore.
No,
Like,
me neither.
I used to be like really into it, but now I just have like other shit going on in my life. I'm like, I'm becoming a little bit of a grown up and I don't have as much time to care about football.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If I cut down my leagues and if I just keep like my main 3 in like a dynasty league, I think that'll be perfect. Perfect for me.
Yeah.
Because all these extra leagues I'm in, I just don't care about, and it's like it's almost a burden to have to like go through waivers and set my lineup when I'm just like, this is a $20 buy-in league. I don't care about. Why am I doing it?
That's what Mike on the fantasy football. That's what he was saying. He was like, because they get questions from fans and shit. And one of them was like, "How do you know like when you're in too many leagues?" He was like, when I don't want to make waiver claims for leagues, then I know I'm in too many.
Right. That's
He was
exactly
like, when
what
that
it
starts
is.
to become a burden, like I'm over it.
And I'll go all out on my waivers for orchids like every week, and I'll put in the work for that. But then like other like even Sleeper Keeper, like I couldn't even tell you the last time I made a waiver claim in Sleeper Keeper, and I'm still doing well in it. But it's just like the fact that I have to do it all over again and look at my team and see where my needs are and all this for like 7 different fucking teams. It's too much.
Yeah. Next year, I think I'm really just gonna focus on Sleeper Keeper and Orchids, and then like I'm gonna stay in one of my home leagues just because like that's the boys. You know what I mean?
Right.
Coastal Checks will keep going. Random Romance will probably keep going. Like I don't really care about those. It's more for fun.
Right.
Thick Thighs, see ya.
Thick Thighs, see you later, Stinky. I want to like stay in Foot Clan Dynasty just because I've already invested this much time in it, but like I don't care about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against getting out of one of these dynasty teams that I'm in.
Yeah. Just got to find someone to take over the reins.
No, I'll just be like, hey, deuces.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. You guys can have fun finding somebody to take this team. It's not very good.
Yeah, or just disperse my players on waivers and find someone else to start a team or something. I don't know. I don't care. I'll see you later.
Stinky.
Stinky.
But it's tough because it's like Dynasty Dickheads is like a bunch of our boys. So Dynasty Dickheads is Jordan, Carl, Mayo, Emery, Random, Jake, Clay, Random, Andy, me, and Sean.
So it's like most of the league then.
It's like most of it is our boys, and like I'm not in a lot of leagues with Jordan. I actually think the only league I'm in with Jordan is Thick Thighs.
Isn't he in Sleeper Keeper?
Is he?
Pretty sure he is. And he's in Random Roommates too.
Oh yeah, he is in Sleeper Keeper. Oh, and so is Andy. I don't give a fuck about Dynasty Dickheads anymore. Because I'm in leagues with all the people who like I didn't like Jordan and Andy were the only one I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm in a bunch of leagues with these people. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I have them in other leagues that are going to be ongoing, so I can get rid of that fucking Dynasty.
So see you later, Stinky. Back to square one.
I have the Cleveland Browns is my team.
As your team name?
No, that's my team, the Cleveland Browns. I have Kareem Hunt, I have Nick Chubb, I have Amari Cooper, I have Deshaun Watson.
Oh my god, dude. Literally the Browns.
I was just like, oh, there's good value here. Oh, there's good value here. Oh, there's good value here. Fuck, I got the whole team.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, dude, I have Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, and then my other running backs, Melvin Gordon, Joshua Kelly, Khalil Herbert, and Jaylen Warren.
What's your record in that league?
3-9.
There you go.
It's a super flex. My quarterbacks are Daniel Jones, Deshaun Watson, and Baker Mayfield.
Oh, that's tough. That's a tough go.
And I traded a pick for Baker Mayfield before the season started. I thought he was gonna be the guy in Carolina.
Yeah, nope. Just lost his job to fucking Sam Darnold again.
I got Justin Jefferson in this league though.
All right, hey.
And Freiermuth.
The Muth.
My receivers are Jefferson, Curtis Samuel, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, Paris Campbell, Sammy Watkins, Devontae Parker, Nelson Aguilar, Equinemius St. Brown, Hollywood, Greg Dortch, and Jerry Jeudy.
It's not a bad receiving core.
It's not. But the thing that sucks is Devontae Parker and Nelson Aguilar, they have good games, but they're impossible to predict.
Yeah.
And for every one good game, they have 4 bad ones, and it's like, okay, I'm realistically, I'm never going to start you because I'm never going to be able to predict your good games.
Right.
I don't know.
That's
Nelson Aguilar
football.
just snapped on my bench at 18.5 last week on my bench.
And he won't do that again until week 3 of next year.
He had 23 points in week 2.
Yep.
His next highest after the 18 is 7.6, and then after that is 4. Bunch of zeros in there.
That sounds like Nelson Aguilar. We unfortunately have a lot of history with him.
Devontae Parker's got 4 double-digit games on the year.
Out of 11.
Yeah. He didn't play in one, though. He didn't play in one, and in the other game, he only had 1% of snaps. So I'm thinking he got hurt on the second play.
Did you see Deshaun Jackson have that 63-yard catch?
Dude's a stud.
He is. Good for him.
He's caught 50-plus yard passes from 13 different quarterbacks, the most in history.
That's wild.
That is wild.
This one has the same last name as him.
Yeah. I got J.K. Dobbins on this team, too, but he's on IR.
He's been on IR for 2 years now.
And I got Kenny Pickett on my taxi squad.
I feel like he's going to be good. I like Kenny Pickett.
He's got potential sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes he looks like he has what it takes, and sometimes he looks like a dumpster fire.
Sometimes good, sometimes shit.
You're not wrong.
All right, should we get out of here?
Yeah, it's been a while. Been on talking this shit.
Well, that's what we get for not having or for having corrupt files last episode.
Yeah, now we got a lot of shit to talk about.
But next time we'll be back, we'll have some more fun World Cup updates. The round of 16 will be popped off.
The round of 16 will probably be over.
Yeah, probably be going into the quarters. Hopefully the U.S. will be there.
They got a chance, dude.
They do. There's a chance.
They don't have anybody that's as good as like half of the fucking Netherlands team, but they got a chance.
Yeah, it's not. We're not out. We're not shot dead yet.
Nah. Damn near close. I'm gonna pull up the Netherlands roster because it's really pretty solid. Let's see. So they got Van Dijk, Nathan Ake, De Vrij, De Ligt, and Dumfries. Those are some of their defenders. And then in midfield they got Frankie de Jong. That's really it. But then up front they got Memphis Depay, Bergwijn, Cody Gakpo, who's been amazing. I've bet on him to score in every single game in the World Cup, and he has. And that's really it. But their defense is actually really solid. They got Frankie de Jong in the midfield, and then Depay and Gakpo and Bergwijn up top.
Kind of scary.
Pretty solid. And the U.S. got a bunch of poop sticks.
Poop sticks. Sticks of poop.
We'll see. Hopefully Pulisic is healthy, and hopefully he can do something crazy, and U.S. gets a win, and we all go home happy.
Yeah, winning a round of 16 game would be awesome. If we win and lose in the quarterfinals, I won't be that upset.
Nah. I'm happy to have made it out of the knockouts. It shouldn't have been as close as it was, though.
Yeah. It's true, especially to Iran.
Yeah. All right, well, you beautiful people have an amazing weekend. Hug somebody you love. Smooches.